Hello, we're back for looking 5-minute clips on looking for rainbows. Remember what my Sifu Chenyan Young has said? SMILE stands for Start My Internal Love Engine. So, join me with Figment. As I've worked through the last week or two of stress management tips and living through what we are all living through here with the COVID-19 pandemic, I have figured that I have given you the basics, the best technique. Plus one, the relaxation strategy of the foot massage. So I don't think I will introduce any new material. And my posts from now will be positive affirmations and just some hints and tips on how to implement these as we continue to face the challenges of today. I started out with tapping, the E.F.T. Again, that is just phenomenal for reducing anxiety and pain and stress. The B.E.S.T stands for breathing, so breathing techniques, and there's a lot of science behind that in terms of opening up our thinking brain when we stop to take a breath. The abdominal breathing stimulates the very relaxed breathing that we do when we're asleep, which can fool our bodies into thinking that we're that relaxed. So finding strategies to do that here and there throughout your day is the key. The eating, again, we all know what we want to do. This is not the time to implement something catastrophic unless it just fits with you. Catastrophic, that's not quite the right word, but something major in terms of changes. We do need our comfort foods right now, some additional energy to burn as we, as our stress hormones kick in. But knowing that stress hormones and the very comfort foods that we eat can deplete our reserves of the necessary nutrients. So be sure to eat, if you can, one meal a day or snack a day or whatever for your immune system. For instance, you know, I might for breakfast have oatmeal with pecans and cranberries in them, and then for dinner I'll have ham and scalloped potatoes, because potatoes, just that starchy stuff, or spaghetti with noodles. Again, that starch is a quick energy. And I do like my raisin toast when I can get that. So we're rationing that so that it can last through the long haul. Drink plenty of water. And again, flavor the water so that it tastes good to you. Lemon, lime, strawberries, whatever sounds good. Wassail. Okay, that cider drink, and if you don't have cider or apple juice to put it in some tea, or if you don't have that, just put it in warm water. The ingredients for that are on the blog where I talk about healthy eating. E is for eating in the B.E.S.T technique. Laughter, vitamin T. Okay, B.E.S.S is sleep. As well as you can, get sleep. I introduced some strategies, both breathing techniques and some Tai Chi strategies, the cosmic orbit, or this one is the bellows. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, and the cosmic orbit, breathing in, breathing out. So doing that before you go to bed, doing it when you wake up in the middle of the night, sitting on the edge of the bed if you need to, instead of standing up to do it. T was for tapping, for Tai Chi, and if you remember the vitamin T which if you have to do it artificial, okay, I mean, that'll get you a laugh, whatever you do, all right? You keep trying that vitamin T, okay? Watch funny movies, okay? Laughter. Both can get that oxygenation going. Burn that stress hormones. That oxygen burns those stress hormones. Spend some time with nature. Get out and get a walk, even if it's just around your yard. That gets the fresh air. There's a lot of science behind, outside has 7.8 megahertz, and inside we are literally more wired. It's a higher megahertz, and it revs you up. And getting outside, if you think of a newborn or even a baby or children who are upset, when you take them outside and take them for a walk, oh my gosh, it tends to, more times than not, wire them down, literally. So it's really important for us to spend some time out there. So look for rainbows out there. Then I introduced you to the foot massage. I find, if you watched it, or if you haven't yet, I had some tender spots. I haven't done it for a little bit. I've gotten too busy with my move and with the renovations that, I woke up in the morning and I just hit the floor running. And I had some tender spots, and just weird as it seems, those tender spots correlated with where I was feeling some pain and tension towards the end of the day. And I've been doing it every morning since I introduced it, and those have eased up both on the foot as well as I'm not getting that pain at night from where I'm holding that tension. Now, how do we do this stuff? I believe in 3x5 cards. And if you don't have many, or if you don't have any, take a piece of cardboard and cut it up, or, a box board from a cereal box and cut it down to about the right size. Or if you've got just a few 3x5 cards, cut them in half and write yourself a note. Put it on your bedside stand. Put it on the table next to your bed or chair. Put it in the kitchen, wherever it is that it'll remind you, because you could be doing the chisage while you're waiting for your tea water to boil, or your coffee to perk, or breathe in and breathe out. And again, I mentioned that, use, when I'm out and driving around, I used to put a 3x5 card till I was able to make it a habit on the dashboard of my car. And when I came to a stop sign or a stoplight, I'd breathe. But maybe you want to put a little note like that, a Post-it note on your phone. And every time it sends you a chime, consider that a bell where you stop and take a breath or two. Or if it rings, stop and take a breath or two. I had someone I gave some coaching to who every time the phone rang and it was her mother, she would stop and take those 3 breaths. It would totally refocus her, and she was able to face the conversation with her mother with equanimity. Some chisage points I just want to point out to you. I mentioned the spring forest. You know how we take and we will rub our necks like this? Well, there's actually 3 points that if you can focus on. Right here where the muscles come down here, and there's a groove there, and you may find a tender spot. Ooh, that's really quite sore. I was noticing that this morning. There's 3 points along here. One is the end of the shoulder blade, and you may find a tender spot. That one's never bothered me, but some people do have that. So find that kind of in those grooves between the bones. And then that right here. And then there's a 3rd point right in the middle of them. Now, if you're pregnant or thinking of becoming pregnant, you do not want to massage this point. It can stimulate premature labor. But anyway, so there's this one, which is always a good one for me. There's this one, and just take and circle. So instead of expending the energy like this, you can focus on these 3 points and then make sure that you do it on the other side. And actually, I started doing this in the morning before I get out of bed, and I'm finding that I can actually reach those spots and relax them even better. So that's a real good time now with so many of us at home or on our days off, if you're, you know, working from home or in the healthcare industry and having to go into work on your days off, just take that extra few minutes. And most of us do tend to hold our tension there, so that can help. So that's all I have for you today, and I probably won't be doing any more video clips unless I find something that I particularly want to share with you. I'll also be sharing with you my DVD on this post blog, and I'm going to try to get it up on my website, but I'll put my email address. You can always get it from there, but I have a Tai Chi, a two-set Tai Chi Qigong DVD that my Seafood Dan Jones and I have put together with very easy to do, follow along, and easy to remember Qigong exercises. So, wishing you joy, wishing you health, wishing you happiness and blessings.